Okay, what I'm gonna do at the end of this video, I'm gonna throw my Raw predictions recording at the end of it, just to let y'all know how predictive I am, and I can write this garbage myself. But I made a predictions video, but I didn't post it because I got busy. But Lord, I don't want to review Raw, but Raw is just garbage. I mean, the best part about Raw was just CM Punk's pipe bomb. But then you realize, okay, CM Punk is a hypocrite with all of that. And also, if you watch the highlights on Raw, they cut out the part where CM Punk says lower ticket prices. You know, they cut that out. So, you know, CM Punk drops his pipe bomb on Roman Reigns. No one, you know, CM Punk is okay on the mic. You can say he's good, but to be honest, CM Punk is not great on the mic. He just supposedly goes off script and says some shocking things that's not that shocking. Okay, like he alludes to certain stuff. But notice, CM Punk ain't say nothing bad about Triple H. When we know Triple H is the problem. He is the cancer that's in WWE. But Punk will not say anything bad about Triple H in the modern day right now. Austin Theory defeats LA Knight. Man, no one... You know, they just did this to throw IShow Speed in the match. Like, IShow Speed is not bringing anyone to WWE. I'm sorry. The kids who watch IShow Speed probably already watch wrestling. And Logan Paul generation is older Gen Z and younger millennials. And they're looking at this WWE product like it's garbage. They're not spending buku money on WWE. They're pirating WWE. They're using VPNs. So that generation won't bring you any money. You know, Adam Pearce makes the match, whatever. No one cares. You know, also Dominic attacking Finn Balor. You know, it's okay. You know, Dominic, you know, this feud could have been done way better. That's all I gotta say. The only thing we care about is that WrestleMania match with nothing on the line. You know, who cares? Maybe JD and Roxanna, you know, start their own little clique or something. And oh my goodness, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee interview may have been the worst television segment on earth. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I don't even know what, like, in wrestling history, I don't know what was more boring than that. If y'all know a wrestling segment that was more boring than that, put it down in the comments. You know, Bayley defeats Lash Legend, and then brawl. Like, the women's tag division is a joke. You know, I'm glad to see Lash, you know, step up from NXT and get gold. And I actually like Nia Jax with Lash because simply just because they're big and they're beating up people. And that's how it should go. You know, that's really how it should go. You know, you put two monsters together and, you know, that's like when Brothers of Destruction was tag team champs. They beat everybody. You know, so we just waiting until Lash and Nia have their feud and they break up. Honestly, if WWE had any sense, they would make Lash and Nia not break up on bad terms. I would keep that hope alive, just in case they need it in the future. And of course, I ain't gonna lie, Gunther and Seth had a nice segment. And I don't want to say like brawl segment, but I would say a nice little sequence. You know, it was a nice little sequence. I'm probably, I don't want to say I'm excited to see this match. I just want to see what they pull off in their match. Because that was like a nice little sequence they did. You know, go back and watch that sequence. Next, no one can, bruh, this Penta ladder match nonsense. You know, they throw Rey Mysterio in it now, who was just injured. So, Rey Mysterio was injured. Probably been cleared, you know, to wrestle, but he damn sure wasn't jobbing out to Gunther. You know, Rey Mysterio's like, nah, Gunther's not retiring me. It's probably going to be Dominic or Penta or something like that. And, you know, I don't understand that the wrestling community does not know the history of Penta. Penta is looked at like this ultra super babyface. But Penta's whole character is to be a heel, an evil heel. You know, all of the love and respect and all of this stuff Penta's getting, it's really supposed to be Octagon Jr. Like, Octagon Jr. is the babyface version of Penta. But, you know, that's a storyline for the future. Hopefully WWE does it. Hopefully AAA does it. You know, if WWE doesn't want to do it. But WWE's luchador out, so I don't see the point of them not doing it. But no one cares about this match because, okay, it's a ladder match, but where's the story? You know, who cares if Rey Mysterio is going to be in a random ladder match? You know, Rey Mysterio just threw himself in the ladder match, and we're supposed to be excited. No, I mean, like, bruh, like, you just got off an injury and you're instantly in a ladder match, but who cares? Who cares? You know, Jade Cargill and Rhea. We wanted this. I wanted this. I wanted Jade to beat up Io Sky badly, to send a message to Rhea. I wanted this, you know, a while ago. We finally got it, and I'm not impressed. I just felt like it was done weirdly. There wasn't no blood. It wasn't gruesome enough. Like, you beat up Io with a kendo stick, that's fine. But, I mean, the way the IWC pitched this was for it to be, like, this should have happened, like, last week or the week before, and really put Io, like, on the shelf type stuff, like, to really kick this off. Like, okay, Io's missing a week of wrestling. She's missing 2 weeks. We ain't seen Io for 2 weeks. Like that. You know, this was just a little assault. You know, it didn't draw any blood. It wasn't devastating. You didn't put her through a table. You know, you could have put the trash can on her since she loves the trash can. You know, push her off the stage, or I don't know, something more devastating than just a attack. But of course they ruined that. It was an okay segment, I guess, to progress the story. Like, that's That's the only thing that progressed tonight. Which is crazy. Like, if you really think about it, the Jade and Rhea segment was the only thing that progressed. Because if you take the last segment of Brock versus Oba, their segment was dumb. They're having a contract signing. Why? There is nothing on the line. Man, I'm telling you, Triple H is ruining wrestling. Because why is there a contract signing if nothing's on the line? There's no title matches on the line. There's no career on the line. There's no hair versus hair on the line. It's not even a non-sanctioned match. You know, no one's double injured and needs to sign a contract. Like, there was no need for a contract signing. This should have been a backstage brawl where Oba or Brock goes through a wall or goes through a door or goes through some glass, or you get F5'd on a car, or you get fall from grace on a car. You know, someone gets thrown in a dumpster. You know, someone gets a TV smashed on them. Why are we doing this? A contract signing for nothing? Creative clearly watches wrestling and have watched wrestling in the past. So there's no choice but for this to be blatant obvious that they want to give the fans the worst wrestling ever. You know, since Vince McMahon didn't just leave the keys to the castle to Triple H and Stephanie, I guess they said, hey, we're going to take the best company that ever done wrestling and run it into the ground. But they just didn't expect the fans to support this garbage. The fans is supporting this garbage to the maximum level. And it's just, at this point, it's too big to fail. Because even though WrestleMania isn't selling out, if you look at the tickets that were purchased, you know, they probably already broke even just on the tickets that already sold. They already made buku money off of this WrestleMania. They don't have to sell out. They already made damn near probably their budget back. So we gotta stop supporting this. I think at this point, you know, Netflix already gave WWE the money. You gotta just stop watching SmackDown, stop watching Raw. The viewership has to tank, and you have to stop buying this. You know, if you just watch it on YouTube, that might hurt their pockets. You know, you just gotta leave wrestling alone, and that's hard. Honestly, the best thing to do is just to go support AEW. But if you go support AEW, you're giving Triple H exactly what he wants. So I don't know. It's a tough decision to make if you're a casual viewer. Maybe just stop watching this garbage day to day. That's the only thing that we could do. Stop watching this garbage day to day. After WrestleMania, cut the TV off. You know, cut WWE out of your life. Because this is horrible.